guys. Welcome in. Hello, and welcome to Grit to Growth. We are here and we've got a great session today. Our channel is all about turning big ideas into booked calendars and that hustle into legacy. If you don't know me, my name is Amber Gist. I am your coach, your educator, and your behind the scenes strategist helping entrepreneurs get all the way together. You're tuning into a very special segment that I am calling Booked on Purpose. Because around here, we don't just want to get busy, we want to get booked with purpose, profit, and peace. So if you're catching this live, go ahead and drop a live and learning or an LL in the chat so I know you're with me. And if you're watching the replay, no worries, you're right on time. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from and what your biggest takeaway is once we get going. I created this series to give you a front row seat to real conversations, real clarity, and real coaching for purpose-driven entrepreneurs like you. Today, I've invited a few of my amazing students, mentees, and notary community members. Yes, these are purpose chasers, all right, to join us on Scream. We're going to go one at a time, but first I want to bring them all on to say hi and just introduce yourself, and then we'll get started. We'll go right in to get started. Hey guys, I see you guys are all in here. LL, nice. All right, so let's bring in, we've got Ellie, Shelene, and Larissa in here today. If you guys could just say hi today and
Hi.
get started. Awesome. All right, guys in the chat, say hi to my lovely friends. They're brave. This is our first Booked on Purpose. And so after we get off this call, I'm giving you my first ones that did it a special, special gift. So thank you for joining. Thank you for trusting me in your journey. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, guys?
Okay.
All
For
right.
sure. We're ready.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to give Ellie some more time, and then we will see if she's ready a little bit later. All right. All right. So I want to preface our session. I'm starting with you, Shelene. I want to preface the session with these four main questions. All right. Question number one is, what systems or tools are you currently using to run your business and what's not working? So we can tackle that if you want. What's your current monthly income goal? All right. How far are you off right now to that goal? And what's one offer or service you feel most confident in delivering? And is that one of your market? Is that the one you're marketing the most? And the last one is my accountability question. How much time per week are you actually working on your business versus in it? All right. So Shelene, go ahead and just start with giving me just the summarized version of where you're at in your business, what kind of business you have, and what services or products you have, and then we can get down into the nitty gritty here.
Okay. So I'm currently, I'm at the finish just about as far as with my LLC. I've gotten the business incorporated. I've set up my booking process. I have my Google business page set up. I just haven't did the verification part to get that going. Other than that, let's see, just everything is in place. I just haven't advertised to take my first appointment yet. That's pretty much where I'm at. Everything is set, website, everything's ready to go.
Okay.
So the next one, as far as my current monthly income pertaining to the business, it would be zero right now. But I would say starting off, the goal, honestly, for the month, just to get going, if it was 500, I'd be okay with that just to get going. Then let's see, what's the other one? What's the service that you feel most confident? As far as the confidence with it, I'm starting off with general notary. I feel like when first diving into this, sometimes it's kind of pushed to find your niche, or you need to find that one specific one. But I didn't want to just dedicate myself to one. I just want to get out there and just start stamping first so I can get comfortable with it. And then going forward with that, then I'll be able to determine which route I want to take.
Good. Build your confidence.
Mm-hmm. And then let's see, how much time per week? It depends, but honestly, I'm going to say right now, over these last 90 days, just getting everything in, just because I need to work on. I'm always trying to be this perfectionist with stuff, so it's probably taken me a little bit longer than it should have. But I have been working on it for the last 90 days. Been doing sometimes an hour or even more, 1 to 3 hours a day. But nonetheless, I make sure to dedicate at least an hour per day.
Awesome. Okay. So sounds like you're at the beginning of your journey. And
Hmm.
so congratulations and welcome. All
Thank
right.
you.
So you done any notarizations yet?
You know what? I have not.
Okay. That's great. That's fine. That's exactly okay. So um, what systems or tools are you using? So before we get into that, I just want to go back into the importance of a plan. And so you mentioned that you've got all your steps in place. Have you thought about going in and making even a simplified business plan so you have all of these goals written down so that you can track when you attain them, what steps you've done to attain them, what works, what doesn't work, so that you can do more of what's working, and then like where your budget may be going in your marketing? Have you done anything like that?
To be quite honest, no, not exactly the way that you just described it. Looking back, I feel like I did come up with a business plan, but it's very basic now looking at it. So just by you even mentioning that, just because I just wasn't sure what direction that I wanted to go with, but even over the course over the few months and putting everything together, I definitely see, yeah, that is important. Perhaps that would help, definitely.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to provide a business plan for you, my business plan, and then the class to help you break down each section so that you can really be focused on that. And so that is always my go-to after I've heard if you structured your business, is in the midst, like in during structuring your business, a business plan is going to be beneficial because, I mean, if you just research or look out or survey all successful business owners, CEOs, multimillionaires, they all have a plan, have a business plan that they go by. You know what I mean? Not, you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So it's structured so that I can look at where I was this time. What are we, June 2025? And then when I go to June 2026, or even I recommend updating and looking at that plan every quarter, once a quarter, every 3 months. But when you come back, the next year, you're going to be able to say, wow, I met these three goals, but it looks like I never touched on this, or this marketing strategy in my plan worked very well. This one didn't. Let's take the budget off of that one and put more of the budget into this part of marketing strategy. And then your services will change. Your value proposition will change. And so it's really important to just track all of that, because once you start getting business, you're going to get busy. You're going to get into the mix of things and you're going to forget things. And so if you have something structured in place to come back to, it'll be good for your growth, for you to
Right.
scale in the future if you want to do that. So that's the first thing that I recommend, is to go ahead and get that business plan in order. It doesn't have to be a big, long 15 pager. I've got a simplified version. All right. So, but it is important to have something. All right. So I'll provide that to you if you want it when we're done here.
No, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, I think that, like I said, I have it, but it's pretty basic, but it does need to be a little bit more detailed and structured. So I'd appreciate that.
You're welcome. And so the next thing I wanted to go over off of what you said was the type of notarizations or the type of services you wanted to offer. So you're saying right now you would like to focus on general notary.
Correct.
And so you intend to get um, traffic to your business through your website, your Google business page. What other strategies have you thought about or do you have in mind?
So I am looking into going to different, well, to be honest, just kind of passing my cards out everywhere. But I did want to specifically go to like senior communities, retirement homes, um, like hospice facilities.
Okay. So yes, I was going to say I would recommend that, but also if you can, what area are you in? What state? Or
Las
okay,
Vegas, Nevada. Mm.
be there this weekend, next week.
No way.
Yes, for the NNA conference. Uh,
Hmm.
what was I saying? What was the last thing you said? I got myself off track.
Oh, we were speaking about where I wanted to market at.
Okay, so I was saying that Vegas is big. So if you have the time, I would recommend looking up the most active chamber of commerce groups in your area. Now, each
Mm-hmm.
city, there's a lot of different sectors and industries that have chamber of commerce. You're going to want
Mm-hmm.
to look for the active ones, okay? Because they're not all created equal. So, for example, I'm in Dallas, Texas. And so there are multiple cities in Dallas. Then there's the Minority Chamber of Commerce, the Black Chamber of Commerce, the Women Chamber of Commerce, but they're not all created equal. Okay. So you're going to want to look for the ones that are active, active having events. Their online directory is active and popping, and they're always promoting it. Their social media is active because that only is going to promote you. All right.
Got
If
it.
you get into some like even a BNI, like a business group that's just low impact, it's not going to be very beneficial to you. And it costs money to be a member of a chamber of commerce. So
Mm-hmm.
let me just put this into perspective. Every single person I've talked to that has gone ahead and made that jump to getting into the chamber of commerce, when they go to the meetings and these networking events, every single time they say there was no other notary there. But guess who's at
Right.
these events, these meetings? It's all the businesses in your city. And as a
Got it.
notary, you should know every single business industry needs a notary.
Mm-hmm.
So when they have these meetings and they find out a notary is a part of the Chamber of Commerce, well, you just made those connections with an attorney, many attorneys, many real estate agents, many insurance agents, many people who do businesses overseas in foreign countries. That's apostle. Those are translations, things like that. And so when you show up and place yourself in those type of um, meetings, then you can easily become the go-to resource for those type of documents,
Got it.
even starting off as general notary. So I would recommend in addition to going to businesses like hospitals, retirement centers, nursing facilities,
Mm.
consider joining at least one business group or a chamber of commerce. Okay,
Okay.
so you're at the point in your business plan after budget, okay, after
Mm-hmm.
budget, because you need to budget, is to strategize a marketing plan. How are people going to find me? All right. And so you said your Google business page wasn't verified either, right?
Correct. I just need
Where
to do that.
where are you at with that? Have you filled it out and you're waiting for them to verify it, or what's holding you back there?
To be quite honest with you, I'm gonna say myself. Just because it literally it's done.
Okay.
Everything is there. Photos have been uploaded. It just says it's pending. It's just me.
Okay. So are you ready to work or not?
I am. I am.
Because Google is going to be your best organic lead generator. All right.
Hmm.
There are hundreds and probably thousands of people in your area searching notary near me. All right.
Hmm.
Notary for estate planning. Now is a great time because a lot of students are about to travel overseas to go, the ones who study abroad in other
Hmm.
countries, they're needing all these documents notarized and apostilled. I know you said you're not into apostle yet, but it's just something to think about. It's always good to just put yourself out there to start getting that traction on your Google business page. You
Hmm.
you need to get the Google business page verified today. All right.
Hmm. Agreed.
You do. You really do. And so when I say optimize, I hope that you have, like you said you got your photos on there. You have a complete description high high traction keywords in there, hopefully, right?
Hmm.
City, state name, the word mobile, notary, notary, notarization. Those are all keywords that need to be embedded within your Google business page and your website.
Hmm.
You need to do you have the frequently asked questions page filled out?
I have the questions, everything listed. It's not there because you have to verify the page first, but I have already created it, so I'll put
Okay.
that up there.
Okay. And you've done all the checks on like the little checks when it asks you to check or not. Um, if you want to allow clients to message you or chat with you and things like that, it just gives them a faster route and avenue to book with you.
Okay. No, I haven't done that part yet.
So yeah, if you go into settings even more, just go through each line, it's in there. And
Okay.
so you have to put a phone number in for it to send you text messages or messages when a customer decides to message you.
Okay.
Um, you'll want to link your website. Is your website published yet?
It is.
Okay,
I
so
did do that last week.
link your website there.
Okay.
And one last thing on Google Business Profile is they have what's called products. Have you seen that where they say add a product? All right. For us,
Okay.
a product is the same as a service. So you need to go in and add your different services. For you, your services may be mobile notary. Um, and then if you have an office or location, you could say in-office notary. So you would have the two services, unless you do want to go ahead and branch out to estate planning or apostle, you would put those separately as a service and link that direct booking link to that service. Not just the full website page, but you know what I'm saying? When you click that service, it goes straight to that booking link.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're saying, so with that, do you think it's best to, go ahead and link the booking link instead of the website?
Well, you can, no, there's an area to book, link your whole website. I'm just saying under products.
Oh, okay.
Under products slash services. So for
Mm-hmm.
example, one of my products slash services is apostille. So when they
Mm-hmm.
click my service on my Google business page, it doesn't take them to my whole website. It takes them to the apostille service page
Got it.
specifically.
Got it. Okay.
On the front page of my Google business page and clicked website, then yes, it would go to my full website. So what
Okay.
you want to do is you want to remove any barriers for the customer. Customers tend to want to get the information now, and they don't want to click and scroll and do a bunch of things to find it. So you want to try to remove extra steps that it may take for them to um, book with you.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
Um,
good.
So number two, what's your current monthly income goal? So your income goal is good, starting off with 500 to 1,000, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get your Google business page up and you start making connections, um, it is not going to be too hard to make that goal, at least that 500 goal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to actively go out there and show people who you are because you're new. You won't have any Google business. I'm sorry, you won't have any Google reviews. So you've got to kind of do a little bit of extra work. You've had your notary commission, you said, for 3 months.
Um, yes, actually, I've had it previously a few years back too, but I didn't do anything with it. So I decided to get recommissioned and be serious about it this time.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Have you ever notarized for free anything, any family members or friends ever?
No.
No. Okay. So what I was alluding to there is you can ask them to still leave you a review once your Google business page is verified. And then
Okay.
in the future, you can let any family friends know that you offer notarizations and that it would be free, but they have to give you a Google review. So it's an even
Got it.
exchange. They're supporting your business. It'd be great if they paid you, but a lot of people want free. All right.
Mm.
And you can't go wrong with free, but I'll give it to you for free. But all you have to do is click here to give me a good review because again, that helps your business grow. Okay, so just
Mhm.
think about that as you're going forward. Any free any free notarizations that you give, which is fine to do because a lot of people who I talk to say, I just used to be a notary for free. That's fine. I want to have 15. If I did 15 free notarizations, I better have 15 Google reviews. All
Absolutely.
right. And I'm not leaving their site until I see that review pop up.
Mhm.
Because that's just, common courtesy. If I'm coming to you to give you a free notarization, the least you could do is support my business and provide a Google review.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay. Number three, what's one service offer or service you feel most confident delivering? So right now you said that you're most confident with General Notary. So that's affidavits, any notarization that is not probably like a full estate planning or loan signing or anything like that, right?
Correct.
So it's
Mhm.
fine to stay there, but do not stay stagnant. There's a lot of other opportunities out there. So just have it maybe in your plan when you make your plan in 3 to 6 months, adding a new service.
Okay. I am looking to doing the apostle. Definitely.
Okay. Do you know how far you are? Let's see, Vegas, Secretary of State. Do we have any Nevada um, Nevada people in the chat today? Do you know how far you are from your Secretary of State?
A little about 25 minutes away.
Oh,
Hmm.
golden.
Hmm.
So you not only can offer apostle service, you can also market to us notaries to be their apostle courier, where we pay you to take our apostles to the Secretary of State. So keep that in mind in your marketing plan and your strategy as you grow. Once you
Okay.
decide to start doing apostle services, you also can now market to people like me and other notary business owners that want to send apostles out to not Vegas, Nevada.
Got it.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then the last one, how much time per week are you actually working on in your business? You are doing great. If you said what, about 2 to 3 hours per week, maybe, or out,
Yes.
say per.
And sometimes that's in a day, just depending, because I'm always just making changes. Just again, trying to make sure everything is set in stone and it's right.
Okay, awesome. So my rule of thumb in my first year of grinding is if I have a day of no appointments or signings, then I'm in my business working somehow, emailing, marketing, because sitting stagnant and not doing anything is not making me any money. But I
Mhm.
could be planting the seeds today to getting business tomorrow if I'm doing some things while I'm, not actively notarizing or out an appointment. So
Mhm.
that's my rule of thumb. And yes, every day needs to be some type of working in your business, um, for sure. Absolutely. You
Okay.
wouldn't believe how many times I get the question, and I ask them, "Oh, I do it about once a week or month." I'm like, "Well, you cannot expect results from lack of motivation and lack of actually doing the work. It just does not
Hmm.
work like that. You don't become a $100,000 a year notary by barely getting out of the bed and replying to emails. Just because you have your commission does not mean you're going to be profitable. You have to be a business owner. You've got to learn those business strategies. All right.
Absolutely.
Miss Shelene, before I hop on to our next person, please share any last questions or anything I need to cover that you wanted me to cover when we first started our conversation.
I'm going to say, what's your opinion as far as how active? So when it comes to social media, I have to be honest with you. I'm shy. I can't believe I'm doing this now. I'm nervous.
You're doing
So,
beautiful. I
like,
love your glasses.
oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm just really nervous. I know it appears like obviously that's something that would definitely help, but how active do I have to be, or would you recommend?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. I'm actually talking about this a little bit in my presentation next week. So, social media does not have to be like how you might have seen me on social media. My
Okay.
social media is just um, an outward expression of my creativity and the way things I like to be animated because I'm introverted, and that's a good way for me to output, but plus educate. And
Hmm.
because I don't know if you know, but I am a former educator, and so that's actually what I did in the classroom was dance around to make my students learn whatever the topic and learn how to read and digraphs and all that kind of stuff. They would learn through
Yes.
song and through repetition, and so it's just the way I am. Now, to have a thriving business and market online, you don't have to do all of that. The way to get business online is to educate, give over value. All right. So it
Okay.
can be as simple as just a video of you sitting down or a stock video of a person sitting down and you're listing out how your business supports attorneys or how your business supports local retirement centers, and how you've partnered and happy clients, things like that. It does not have to, you don't even have to really show your face, although statistics show that most businesses want to work with a real person and someone they can relate to. So it can definitely just be you talking or just a few B-roll shots is what we call, where it's video of you maybe just writing in your journal or stamping, but it's a video of you, and you put text on top of it. And
Mm-hmm.
then we have carousels, which is they slide across, and you can give facts or fun facts or what to do at your next appointment.
Okay.
Did you know facts about notary, or how to prepare yourself for your appointment with my notary business? So you want to educate. Okay. When you
Okay.
educate, that is going to be the best way to reach more people. Okay. I just like to throw in fun, silly things because that's just how I am. I'm very introverted and shy as well. You may not know that, but that is very,
Yeah.
I am, I am, I am. But it's just a camera, and it's just you behind the camera. And so that's really, how I justify it. And as long as you educate and provide information about what you offer and how you can help someone, always have in mind how to solve someone else's problem. All right.
Okay.
Never go on there and it's me, me, me. Look at my business, do this, this, and this. It should be focused on how I'm helping people, what I'm doing, how I saved this person from $400 of legal fees because we consulted with an attorney before I notarized, things like that, scenarios, case studies, things like that.
Okay.
Does that help?
It does.
And
Thank you.
you need to start with a LinkedIn account and maybe one. I love Facebook for notary marketing because of the Facebook groups I'm in. I'm only on Facebook for business. All right. I
Okay.
rarely post on my social personal pages because I'm always in there digging to see who needs a notary. Two people in my HOA group, Facebook group, asked for a notary today on Facebook.
Wow.
Facebook.
Okay.
So I'm in all the groups and I respond to everything. When anyone asks a question about a notary. And then periodically and intentionally, I post my services when it makes sense. All right. And
Okay.
you've got to be, you got to finesse a little bit. Have you heard of that word? Finesse a little
Yes.
bit. So
Mm-hmm.
my post would be like, wow, my son's about to graduate high school. I'm so glad I'm aware that he needs a power of attorney before he goes to travel abroad. So just in case anything
Mm-hmm.
happens, I can still act on his behalf if there's any medical emergencies. Anyone else here need these notary services? Oh, by the way, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, you didn't know? I just informed you. By the way, here's
Mm-hmm.
my business link.
Nice. I like
Okay.
that. Mm-hmm.
Intentional, 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 intentional. Anything else, Shelene?
No, not at the moment. This was definitely a big help. I appreciate it so much.
You're very welcome. And so when we get off of this call, just know for even you, Larissa and Ellie, we've got an email coming up because I'm giving you guys something for being my first friends here on Booked on Purpose. Okay.
Okay.
So don't leave. You can leave the call now. You don't have to stay on, but just on the lookout for my follow-up email.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, guys, in the chat, how are y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? Okay. Thank you, Blossom. Thank you, Don. I get flustered with a Google business page too. I've had my page for two years on one account, 3 years on the other, and they still give me a headache every now and then. Um, they are cracking down on a lot of scammers and bot accounts. And so they're really, really cracking down on Google. However, it's also limiting some of us true business owners. It's making it hard for us, some of us true business owners. But stay diligent and don't give up because once it's verified, it's 100,000% worth it. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and bring on Miss Larissa. Hi, Miss Larissa. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for coming in today. I appreciate your time.
Got quite a bit, few nuggets from the first session that I'm
All
over
right.
here just writing down. So thank you.
Thank you. That is the purpose of this. I want others to, you know, there's always learning in any moment. Okay.
Yes.
They might not even knew that they had the question that Shelene had until she asked it. So that's the whole goal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Miss Larissa, can you share a little bit about where you are in your business? If you want to go through these questions, you can, or I can go through it one at a time with you.
Okay, so like Shelene, I've always had a notary stamp because I'm in the mortgage business. So I started off being a notary as an employee. Once I left that company, I just continued to renew my stamp. So I've had a notary stamp for a long time, like for over a decade. During COVID, I got laid off. And that's when it's like, okay, I need a resource that I already have or a skill that I have that I can market. And I started kind of digging around then. But honestly, like her, I didn't take it as far as I should have taken it. With that being said, recent events with my son has caused like, okay, I need an extra stream of income to cover some of his medical expenses. And then I'm getting close to that retirement age. I know I don't look it, but I want to come out of corporate America and be more relaxed, or like you say, more intentional with my time. So where I am in the business, I have done notary. It was mostly for family and friends. And like you, I live in a neighborhood. I'm in the Dallas area. So for people who don't know, Texas is huge on HOAs in their community. So I do post in the neighborhood that I am a notary, offer some general notary service. So I have done that. What my website is up and published. Now, one thing, because I was like, I needed help with marketing, and I completely forgot about the Google page. So that is on my list today. When we get off the call, that is what I'm working on doing my Google page. I'm also going to look into constant contact because I hear that's another good way to generate leads and things of that sort to help you with that. um but as far as services, so general notary, I have a really good friend that's located in Jacksonville, Florida. She has a nonprofit organization where she sells insurance, and she does the Medicaid, Medicare type insurance. So I partner with her to help the Cambodian community with any of their immigration type paperwork. So we're doing that remote. So when she's there, she goes through their chapel, their temple at least once a week. And if someone needs notary services there, then we link up and I do them remote. I'm registered with Blue Notary. So that has helped me to partner with her to offer that services. Through them for a small minimum fee that's, within the guidelines and everything. My goal is to do right now, starting off, and I did do your business class. I took your business class. I wrote out my business plan and everything. I don't know how I missed the Google, but my initial goal for as income wise is about $1,000, $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Um, Excuse me, I'm not there yet. I'm doing it roughly about 2 to 300 right now, which is still good. It's a stepping stone
Yeah.
to
Really
do
that's
that.
growth.
So yeah, and I just thought, I was like, oh, that Google page would definitely help me. Another thing that I've done is that I checked into the Chamber of Commerce, and like you said, it is pricey. And I'm one like, okay, I had a budget set up for my business to cover like expenses related to it. So for the Blue Notary service or any other expenses, so I need to go in and do a little bit of reorganization on that to go to one of the chambers of commerce in the area, maybe two in my area to do that. But I've created some flyers. There are a lot of hair salons, nail salons, small business places in the area that I live in, the Dallas area. And I've gone there and just kind of passed out flyers and letting people know that you have a mobile notary like literally 10 minutes away from you. If you need something notarized, call me. We could schedule an appointment. I'm pretty, in the salon area with my son or my mother every week or every other week. So they do have me sort of like on demand type of thing for that. And let me see, goes as far as what right now my focus is general notary, some immigration documents, and I'm wanting to add the I-9, and I'm going to step into loan signing. And I know for our state I have to go through a training course for that. So those will be my next two services that I hope to add before this year is out.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'll first say you are doing yourself a huge disservice by not having that Google business page,
Yes.
because it sounds like you've already got some experience notarizing documents. Those are all Google reviews that you could be snatching up and putting on your Google business profile. Google is a social proof, it is a trust magnet. All right. People like to see what other people's experiences are with you. Just like if you were to come to my class and you want to see what I can say, sure, my class is great. What do people have to say? Well, the 300 reviews on my Google business page,
Hmm.
will tell them tell you what people think about my classes or my services. So that's the same concept for you. Is when you have a Google business page, it allows people to kind of find you, not one, find you, but two, see what other people think about your services and see if it's worth their time to book with you. All right. And so when you get that Google business page up and running, which I highly recommend, that's on your list like today, yesterday,
Hmm.
you need to
Yes.
reach out to your past clients, family members, whoever has ever touched your notarization stamp. I don't care if it's 5 years ago. Ask for a Google review.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely.
Especially
Definitely.
family members that you did for free. That is free support. That's also helping me realize who I'm riding with or not. Like, all you got
Yes.
to do is click a button and give me a review, right? And
Right.
so Google Business is definitely where you need to start at with that part, as far as
Correct.
organic traffic. Um, and so is are the flyers the only other way you intend for people to find you and hear about your services?
No, it's not the only way that I tend to for them to hear. It was just at the moment that was like kind of like the quickest way. And kind of like you, and people say this, I am an introvert too, but not as shy as I think I am. But I'm crafty. I love doing craft work. So creating a flyer, I could sit down and do that. I do have my Facebook page up, and I did send out requests for that. I need to be more diligent at posting, as you said before, providing education post on that page to generate from there. Um, the other way is in our neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhoods, they do have business Saturday sometimes. So being able to register with the area HOAs to sign up for their business Saturday where I can sit up a table and be able to pass out my business card or just have a list of the services that I provide. That's one way that I'm thinking. And then I have family members that are part of the Divine Nine. That's my other big market. And I just need to tap into them, utilize them to get into that to where I have a bigger audience just to kind of market to.
Okay. And so when you're out sending flyers and things like that, what's your follow up? How do you know who you've marketed to and when to call and email and all that?
So if when I do get someone, I ask them, because on the flyer it says if you let me know that because you asked the question, or I asked the question, how did you hear about me? Because I don't have the Google page, and they say, oh, I got a flyer, or I get my hair done at Phoenix Salon, and my stylist had your flyer posted up. When they say that, then I offer them like a little discount, like $5 off their service for doing that. And that's where I said I am doing myself a disservice of not having it Google, so they can turn around and also do the review. That's bad on my part. So that's how I know whether or not you're coming from the flyer or word of mouth, or family friend, or close friends referred you because they know me, type of thing. I'm always asking that question, how did you hear about me?
All right. So it sounds like you're waiting for them to contact you.
Yes.
You need a CRM system where you are
Okay.
actively reaching out to them and emailing and calling and following up. And you need to know when you called them, what you talked about, and when's the next time you're following up. This is what
Okay.
dealing with more than just people you encounter like at retirement centers. These are businesses you reach out to, attorneys. Since you're getting into loan signing, you're going to need to have a CRM system to follow up with who you're marketing to, because they're not going to always look for your flyer in like from 2 months from after they get it from you.
Okay.
They need to be in your email system, and you need to be either actively reaching out to them or put them in like your monthly newsletter, so you're top of mind every time, every month, so that when they do need a notary, then they can contact you.
Okay.
Because I go out and market all the time. Most people will not need my services that minute at that time on that day, but they may next week or the week after that. And if it's 2 weeks after that, I've already reached out to them with my contact, asked for a follow-up, told them how I can help them and solve their problem. So it's easy for them to roll back around and say, okay, let me go ahead and get Amber so she could take care of this. I talked to her last week, or I got her email this morning, or blah, blah, blah. So I want you to look into a CRM system. It's something to help you manage your customer relations and outreach.
Okay.
So that you can have a more organized way to market. So you'll know who you're marketing to.
Okay.
You don't just spend a bunch of money on flyers and they're just out there in the city, and you really don't know you know what I'm saying? You don't know who's going to be getting the flyer and using it. A lot of people throw flyers away. That's a waste of money if you're not using it properly.
Okay. Thank you.
Because the flyer, especially if you're going to like a retirement center or a nursing facility, the flyer you should be asking the community liaison to post it like in their community wall or something, but you should be following up with that community liaison, asking them if they need any help, or providing information, or saying, hey, I'm in the area on Thursday around noon. Maybe you can check with your residents to see if anyone needs a notarization this day. I'm happy to swing by and take care of them all.
Okay. Good idea.
You've got to be the one to reach out.
Okay. Good idea.
And that Google business page.
Oh yes, I'm telling you, as soon as we finish, I am going to work on that Google business page to get it up and running within the next 7 to 10 days for sure.
All right. And then can you quickly go over your booking process when someone goes to your website? What does that look like?
So on my website, because I'm new with Blue Notary, that was one purpose of going with them, because I can link them on my website to where they can click on and go schedule. Other than that, I don't know I haven't figured it out. I am not tech savvy, so how on my website, I can just have them book while they're there. It's like you said earlier, it's clicking a link to go somewhere else. And I know for me, sometimes I don't want to do that. Sometimes I just want to book, there and, set it up while I'm right there and not having to go to another link. So that would be another resource that I would find of value, is how on my website to help customers to book while they're on my website.
Okay. And so it sounds like when you're saying book, they're right there with you already. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Like my website, I know I have a section, and I haven't tested it to see like if it says book with me. I have on there where you can.
Uh-oh, looks like we may have lost her. All right, well, we'll see if she comes back on. Ellie, I'm going to go ahead and bring you to the stage. If she comes back in, I'll go ahead and finish her session.
Okay.
How are you doing, Ellie?
Good. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for being patient.
No
So let's
worries.
go ahead and get started, Ellie. Tell me a
Okay.
little bit, what state are you in? And then if you want to run through some of these 4 questions here, or just tell me where you are in your business, and we can run from there with some things that can help.
Okay. So I am in the Washington DMV area. I am commissioned both in Washington, D.C. and in the state of Maryland. My notary journey is a bit unique because I've had my commission maybe now for almost 15 years, maybe a little bit longer. I am a social worker in DC. I originally became commissioned because I had to spend a lot of time doing general notary because I work with the homeless population, them not having identification, etc. So I strictly work with the customers that I served in the city and never really, I would do notary work for other people, but not really charge them to do so. So then one day I had this bright idea. I was waiting to switch positions and I was waiting for my background check. So in between, I went on to Thumbtack. And when I got on Thumbtack, I started getting general notary work that way. That has progressed, and normally people find me by word of mouth. People at other social service agencies will reach out to me because I've done work for their clients and they'll give me business that way. So I decided here recently that I needed to formalize my business. I said, if I'm making $500 to $700 a month just doing general notary work for people in the city just by word of mouth, this means I could probably have a empire if I were to commit to it. So I just decided that I needed to start learning how to market. I did create a business plan, so I do have that in place. So I'm trying to figure out what platforms and what tools are available for me to utilize to link. I take payments by square.com, and they have a option for you to create a website. So my thought was to link my notary with that because people can also book appointments that way. So when I started feeling a little more confident, and now I think I'm the notary premier, I've gotten window deep.
Wait. You think, or I am the
I
notary?
am. Okay.
Let's reframe that.
I
Okay.
am. So I did get the decals for my window that says notary on board, and then my number is there.
Okay.
I also have the little magnetic flaps to go on the side of the car. So when I'm driving around, people can use that. I am in the process of getting a Google website. I need my son to help me to do that. So I do know I have to do that. Basically, I've been doing general notary and a lot of power of attorney, and mostly because of the business I do. And then being in Washington, D.C., being a political climate, I get a lot of that. And I just like doing notary work. So I'm always open to, I really want to dive into doing I-9s. I've done loan signings before, but it's not my favorite, but I like the money from it. So I'll probably do some of that. And hopefully I'll be able to transition to becoming notary full time. That's where my mind has been here recently, to go full time with that. I'm committed to spending 2 hours every day on my notary business. I would say actually doing notarization, I may do about 10 hours a week. I'm very chatty, as you can see. I'm not shy. So I tell everybody that I do notarization. I ask if they know people. A lot of my D9 friends have made me their go-to notary. So I do get a lot. Most of my marketing has been word of mouth. So I know that I have to really improve in that area if I want to grow my income. But I do see this as my opportunity to transition full time. And I really love doing it. I really love doing it. So
It's I feel like, amongst other things, it was an easy transition out of the teaching and education world because it's still a helping position. I'm still helping others. I'm still getting to serve others. And so that is why it was so natural for me. And it is great to hear, someone like you saying you generally just love helping people, and it's great. You
Mhm.
meet so many different people, so many different
Yes.
cultures. I get, all I get to. I mean, when I go to people's houses, they're always like, "Oh, try our homeland tea and
Yep.
these biscuits," and I'm like, "Absolutely!" I want to, it's a little culture situation right here in my home state.
Right.
So
Love it.
thank you for sharing. It's just so refreshing to hear, because there are still the stigma of notary. I want to make the money. And the money is there, obviously. It's so
Hmm.
there. But when you add the whole part of you love helping people and you just enjoy the service part of it, it's just great to hear. And the customers feel that too. Whenever you come to them or when you go market to an attorney or something, they can feel that you genuinely want to help.
Yes.
You just have to get paid to pay your bills in retirement, because
Yeah.
there are some notaries out here still do this for free. I don't recommend it, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Because it's just part of their character to help others. And so I just want to say it's refreshing to hear that from you. And
Thanks.
so that makes me happy and smile inside for sure.
Yeah. And it took me a long time to feel comfortable to say, this is my price, and to charge people to do that because I was so used to doing it free as a social worker.
Hmm.
So I've gotten past a lot past that part. So now it's just trying to formalize everything to kind of set up a business entity and then operate it as such.
Okay.
So that's where I kind of waver to make sure I've gotten so much in this first 40 minutes
Hmm.
of listening, because so now I kind of know where to start, what things I
Yeah.
need to do. So that's kind of been helpful. Even the Chamber of Commerce in my city I can connect with. So
Yeah, it's a
hopefully
gold mine. It really
I
is. A
can.
lot of people undervalue it and they don't consider it because it's expensive to join. Well, I would make my money back off the two clients that I
Yeah.
get from joining the Chamber of Commerce for the year easily. And they're
Mm,
not the low price notary um, orders. They're apostle, they're loan signing. They want you to come to their office and do all the notarizations for 3 hours of the day type appointments. You know what I mean?
right.
So I really just like to share that. So, and I want to prepare people that it's expensive to join a chamber of commerce, but just know you get a return on investment almost immediately if you involve yourself. If you don't
Right.
go to the meetings and share about your business, then no, you're not going to get anything out of
Right.
it. Okay, so let's go back to the structure of your business because you're wanting to go full time. So it's time to be serious about this.
Yeah.
So, can you share what your legal structure is now, or do you need some recommendations on that?
Well, I have an LLC.
Okay.
I have the name for my LLC. I have an EIN number. So I have gotten that far.
Okay, good.
Past that, I'm just not sure what the next steps are. I'm kind of flying the plane while I'm building it
Okay.
because I'm still out doing notarization, taking word of mouth. But I feel like it has to be a formalized structure of a business. And I
Yeah.
want to be taken seriously, and I want to be able to have a place. Like, I don't know what kind of website I should get. Is what I'm using with Square going to be sufficient? I need a place for people to be able to book appointments and services and know prices ahead of time, and how and what my policies are for
Right.
payment.
Absolutely. Goodness gracious. I dealt with that the other day. Okay. And so first step, LLC created, done, great. Um, again, provides that level of asset protection and also professionalism now that you are considering full time and branching out to working with other professionals.
Mhm.
So the things that you're going to want to do in addition on the structure side is to get a business bank account. Okay, none of your money should be flowing in your personal bank account. That's just one-on-one business. All right. So get a business bank account, usually with the bank you're already banking with. Just go to their commercial or their business side and ask for a business checking account. They'll
Okay.
ask you to provide your LLC documents. Okay. And open it up. I have Chase. I have Bluevine is an easy online one. And I also have Navy Federal. Out of all three, Chase has been chef's kiss. It's so easy. They make it so easy. Navy Federal, and also Chase gave me a credit card in my business name within the first month, because
Oh, great.
that's another thing. You start working on your business credit so that you don't fund things through your personal credit. And so once Chase will start seeing that your revenue is steady, they'll offer you business credit. Okay.
Okay.
So, but that's just with, I'm pretty sure other banks do that as well. Um, where was I at? Okay, so then you're going to need to get a business email. Okay, so you have a business website. Who did you buy your website, your domain through? Square, I'm assuming.
Through Square, yes. Mm-hmm.
So you can, I personally really am a fan of Google Workspace, but you can do it, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. But I'm a big Google person because everything integrates into Google, and it's so easy to work through my Google business page and everything. So I use Google Workspace for my email management as far as, but the good thing about it too is it integrates into, if you want to use like a CRM system or things like that, it can, like Wix and all that, it can be integrated into that.
Okay.
So, but really that just takes you from to just provides a higher level of professionalism. So when I'm working with attorneys, even when I get emails when people want to work with me or want me to promote things or partner, I immediately look at their email, especially if it's something that is serious on a large scale. If you couldn't take the time to get a $10 business email, I usually just kind of move on. All right. Because it's the difference between Amber's notary@gmail.com or info@ambersnotary.com.
Perfect.
It's
Okay.
professionalism part. So consider it. It's not expensive to get a business email address. All right.
Thank you.
After that, again, the website. Now you're using Square. Squarespace has a website developer.
Yes.
You can choose to do it yourself or use one of their templates, or you can hire someone to do it for you, just as long as you know how to update it and edit it. Many of my students come and say, well, so-and-so's doing my website. And when I give them what they need to fix on their website, when I do audits, they have to wait to contact the person to fix the website, which I think is just, I don't know. I'm a person, I need it done. Need it done now.
Right.
So, I don't like waiting too much. That's why I also learned how to develop websites on my own, because I am that anal about that part of my business. And so even if you get someone else to do the website for you, what I'm saying is take some time to maybe learn the back end on how you can update it yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
The learning curve. None of us came out of our initial first career being website developers and stuff, marketers. Not me. I came from teaching kids and kids how to manage life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And get them ready for their careers. There's no way I was doing website development 5 years ago, but I am now. All right. Because it's part of an integral part of my business. So I made sure to educate myself on that. And then I'm just going to say this one thing as well for anyone listening.
Mm-hmm.
You need to educate yourself more than just the standard basic notary things. If you want to run a business, your higher education, your ongoing education needs to be about business development. Okay, how to run a business, how to market, how to reach a target customer, how to negotiate. All right. Most people come out here and I got my stamp. What do I do now? Where have you learned how to run a business? No. So I mean, that's the difference between someone getting that 10K income a month into 1K a month. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My business, my training focuses heavily on the marketing aspect, running a business, how to get the clients. It also touches on how to do things, but I'm big on marketing. I'm big on, let's get this money. All right, let's build these relationships. All right, let's do ongoing relationships. So, you know what I'm saying? If they hire me and work with me today, we have a contract that's into next year. So my money is continuously flowing. Those are the types of things you need to be thinking about, especially since you're going on wanting to go, not wanting, but you will be going full-time soon.
Yes.
Okay. So website, you need to decide on a website. So the things your website needs, whoever you choose. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Website, first of all, needs to be user friendly.
Right.
Okay? Your customer, again, if it looks confusing and they have to click a bunch of things, scan over here, scroll, they're leaving your website. Okay. Make it user friendly, not too busy on the colors and fonts, just simple, elegant, professional. Okay. Might be boring to some of you who really like creating things. Like I love a lot of colors and things and all that, but I'm not doing that because I love it, but my customers, they don't care. They just want to know, can I do their notarization? Okay. So it needs to be clear, concise, professional. It needs to be user friendly. It needs to immediately convey that you're a notary. Many audits that I do, it takes me a while to figure out what is this business website even about. Okay. When I look on your website, it needs to be apparent that you provide notary services through your description, your title, your name, something. All right. In descriptions of the type of services you offer, your location, your service area. Okay. In addition to that, you need to have the services where they can book with you. And so most of these Wix, Squarespace, GoDaddy, high level, all of them sync with a calendar. Like if you have iCal calendar, Google Calendar. And what you need to do is configure your settings so that when a person goes to book with you, they can see your real availability in real time. So for example, no one can book an appointment with me at this hour on my booking link because it's blocked off already according to my Google Calendar. But they may see that in 30 minutes I'm available and they can maybe schedule then. That's what I mean by your website has to have that ability to sync your calendar. Okay.
Perfect.
It should have the ability for them to pay ahead of time, whether it be full payment or deposit. That's going to be up to you as the business owner. I always recommend transparency. There's a lot of notaries out here that have their business web pages with no prices and no structure, no fees or anything on there. And that's totally up to you. I'm a person, I kind of just go off of research and data of what customers actually choose their service provider. And then me as myself, I don't care if I'm spending $2 or $200. If I have to call you and I can't even at least look on your website to see your price range, I'm moving on.
Right.
So transparency is as well a trust factor in your website. Again, you can choose to add your prices or at least a range so they can know if you're even in their budget. All right. That eliminates so many people calling me because if they see my fees are too high, then don't even call me. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that just gives them a idea.
Right.
An idea. Can I afford this notary service?
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Once you're established and you have time, it's a long-term goal, but on your website, having a blog, again, just educating your audience on notary things, notary laws, new services, where you're at for that weekend doing notarizations, anything like that. You need to have a frequently asked questions page on your website and your Google business page. This helps with keywords and searchability, okay, indexing and all of that good stuff. All right. Also, there might be the occasional customer that wants to go see if their question is answered on your FAQ page. Okay. Those are the main components that you need to have on your website.
Thank you. This has been great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And then obviously when you get that Google business page up, you're going to link that website to your Google business page and vice versa.
Okay.
Vice versa. Oh, and when we get to that Google business page, we're going to be communicating through email after this. I need you to tell me, Amber, I got my first 10 Google reviews. I know you probably have way over 10 customers in the past year.
Yeah, they have done so on the Thumbtack, but if I could move them over, I don't know if I could, but
you can't. But I recommend some of them at least try to get 10 Google reviews right away.
Okay.
Especially from your inner circle that has done notarizations with you. Thumbtack is great too, but Google is king as far as searchability goes and visibility. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Definitely stay on Thumbtack if you figured out the algorithm to continue to get business without them charging you too much for leads.
Yeah, that's how I know I'm ready to go full time because the job is in the way.
Yeah.
So that's why I know it's time.
Okay,
Thank
let's see
you.
here. So what else can I help you with before we get out of here today?
Right now, you have been a blessing with just this information. So I think I will probably end up booking a one-on-one at some point. But
Okay,
thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. This is great.
Thank you. Everybody, please say thank you to Ellie for me.
Thank you.
All right, Ellie, thank you for joining us.
All right. I will see you next week.
Yes, I'll be. Well, I was about to mention that to everyone.
Oh,
Next week is gonna not. We're not gonna have booked on purpose next week. We're
okay.
gonna be in Vegas for the conference.
That's right.
After that, it will resume that at that time. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
All
Thank
right. It
you,
was nice.
everybody.
Check your email in about an hour. I'll be sending all three of you a little something.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
All
Nice
right.
to meet you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, my friends, we are done. We are done. Was that powerful? What do y'all think? Y'all like this booked on purpose sessions segment on our channel? Yes, no, maybe. If you still haven't booked, I mean applied, let me go over that with y'all. Okay. You never know what clarity can come from just answering the right questions with someone in your corner. If you got value from this, drop a comment below and tell me what helped you, or ask your question if you want some clarity on your own. I'm always in the comments responding after these lives, okay? And if you're thinking, wait, I want to be on Booked on Purpose too, all right? I got you. All you got to do is head down to the description box of this video and click the application link to throw your name in the hat. Don't be shy. You could be next. I am picking more for not next week, but the week after that. Okay. Next week's mentorship call is postponed because I'll be in Las Vegas speaking at the National Notary Association Conference. All right, but don't worry, I'll be sharing updates behind the scenes and gems from the stage over on Instagram, on TikTok, and here on YouTube. So follow along and soak it all up. Until then, you guys stay focused, stay bold, and remember, you're not just building a business, you're building something on purpose. Let's go. Let's be intentional. Thank you guys. Hope to see you next 2 weeks on the next Booked on Purpose. Bye, guys. Have a good rest of your day and weekend. Hope to see some of you in Vegas.